Welcome to another Roofers Coffee Shop Lunch and Learn. My name is Heidi Ellsworth, and I'm the president of Roofers Coffee Shop. And I am here today with the gentlemen of John's Manville. And boy, do they have a great session for this Lunch and Learn. And it's going to be all about their new Solvent Free Adhesive for SBS applications. Wow, that's a mouthful, but I'm telling you, it is great. So today we are welcoming Jacob Heaps, the product manager for John's Manville and this product in particular, and director of technical services with John's Manville, Todd Nathan. Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to this Lunch and Learn.
Hi there.
Hey, Heidi, thanks for having us.
And before we get started, I want to remind everyone that you have discussion sheets that are downloadable PDFs that you should have during this Lunch and Learn. Today's learning objectives are how ribbon applications benefit roofing installations, labor, and production, how moisture affects adhesives and continues to cause problems in the roofing industry, and an environmentally friendly cold adhesive. These learning objectives will be part of this product launch that we are so excited to talk about with John's Manville and give you some great information that you can share with your building owners. So let's get started. I have a little bit of a history with SBS coming from my starts in this industry working with Malarkey Roofing Company. So I'm really excited to hear what you have to say and even the bigger part on this. And we'll end today's Lunch and Learn with this, but the environmental impact. Very, very exciting. So I say, let's just jump right into this. Jacob, tell us about this new product.
Yeah, so Dynaset 1K, it's a one-part solvent-free cold application adhesive for SBS membranes in particular. So a couple cool things about this membrane, obviously you can hear it right there in the description, is the fact that it's one part, no mixing required on the roof, definitely installer friendly. Also solvent free obviously is a nice feature. A lot of current SBS cold application adhesives are solvent based in general. And so this is a solvent free offering, something new that we're offering.
More about their ribbon application. I think a lot of contractors are used to using this with insulation, and that ribbon application works really well for those big runs, right, on the roof.
Yeah, absolutely. If you use some of the application carts and you got large areas, you can put down a lot of ribbons and a lot of base sheet in a short amount of time, because you can put all the ribbons down in one application and follow right behind it with the base sheet.
That can make a real big difference for labor savings, right?
Yeah, and I think the ribbon application comes into play specifically when you put down base sheets instead of having to put that down in full coverage. You're able to put it down in ribbons, speed up the application, get dried in a little quicker, and then you can do your cap sheets in full coverage.
Really shortens up the number of people that you need for mod bit installation in general, right? I think when you look at the other mod bit installation techniques, torching, right, hot asphalt, other cold applied adhesives, they can be pretty labor intensive per square. So this is definitely an improvement in terms of getting the number of squares down in a quick amount of time with the least number of installers needing to put their hands on a product.
When you can have less people on the roof and getting more productivity and making things happen, now all of a sudden you just opened up for roofing contractors out there who are struggling to find that talent on the roof.
Yeah, I think that's one of our goals with this product too, is just to continue to provide tools for our customers around those issues that they're facing when it comes to labor shortages, and trying to find the most efficient ways to install products as they can.
Yeah, one of the other things I liked, we've talked about this before, but with this new product and that ribbon application, there's some other benefits as when they're laying the membranes and how that's all working. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so like Tom mentioned, it's nothing new to roofing professionals, right? Insulation adhesives have been put down on ribbons for a long time. And I think now it's just kind of moving to the membrane side. So some of the benefits, obviously offers a little bit of expansion and contraction with the roof. Underneath the actual membrane, it does create channels for airflow, which I think is something cool, especially with some of the issues that the industry's had in terms of moisture in roofing systems in recent years.
this new product is really going to combat some problems that we're seeing in the industry overall with moisture. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're seeing generally in the industry with moisture, especially around concrete?
Yeah, I think with the concrete decks, one of the things they've done in the recent past is try to reduce some weight of that concrete. Now they have lightweight structural concrete, which inherently holds a whole lot moisture than the old traditional concrete. So, and then with compressed construction times, they're trying to get the roof on the building quicker. It just doesn't give enough time for that moisture to get out of the deck. So by putting this base sheet down, you allow the moisture to stay at the deck level and stay out of the roof system components.
The moisture curing aspect of the adhesive, right? Like Todd mentioned, really trapping that any sort of moisture at the deck is the goal. And so using this product combined with some other, like an SPS membrane, SPS vapor retarder membrane, right, which in itself inherently has super low moisture permeance, you can basically lower your risk and negate some of that risk of moisture coming up into the system above that.
That's perfect. And also, I mean, when you're looking at that kind of that bigger picture of just the weather changes that are going on and how much contractors are having to fight in between weather systems, that also, this kind of helps with that too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. If you get a little moisture, you're not messing up your schedule based on that moisture. The other thing you can do is you get dried in a little quicker because of the ribbon application. So if you can get dried in quicker, the weather doesn't become as big of an issue for you. If the weather does come, at least that section of the roof is dried in before.
We're combating the moisture infiltration, right? That's, of course, every roof, that's what it's all about. But Jacob, first of all, before we even kind of go into, I would like you just to talk a little bit, like bring it down to where I'm at on how this system works. Like if you, for all those folks out there who are watching right now, how do we put this system together and what part, where does it fit to kind of build above it, below it, all that?
So you'd start off with this Dynaset adhesive and ribbons. You would put an SPS vapor retarder on top of that, and then you can build the rest of your system above that. So you could have ISO and UIA, and then you could have a TPO, PVC, EPDM membrane on top of that, at the very top of the system, or you could utilize it in a true SPS system with a 2-ply SPS system on top of that as well. So there's really a lot of different designs you could go with this product, but the core of it is really, you know, setting that initial vapor barrier down in Dynaset. Allows you to lower the risk of overall moisture intrusion into your system.
Perfect. Direct to deck. How do those channels, how does this ribbon installation help the moisture flow out, and where does it go?
You create basically lateral channels below the SPS vapor retarder where the moisture can move, right? And that lowers any sort of risk of blistering and stuff in a particular spot if the moisture might have gotten trapped. And so the end goal is to eventually allow it to either escape through the side, through the flashings on the side. You can do a mechanically fastened flashing up the wall, which will allow a channel for the moisture to go up, or you can keep it at the deck level, like Todd mentioned. And then as the building becomes occupied longer term, you hope that moisture, the moisture kind of evens out there over time, and that doesn't ever get into the roof system.
One of the things that is just great about this is the low VOCs. This opportunity to really help the environment with low VOCs. Jacob, can you talk a little bit about that?
The product does meet VOC regulations all across the country, so any VOC regulated market, this product would be okay to use. And normal SPS cold and mod bit, I should say mod bit in general, cold adhesives use high levels of solvent, right? And that's really what drives the bonding between the membrane and the adhesive, is the fact that those solvents evaporate off into the atmosphere and create that bite. So this product actually doesn't do that. It actually creates a chemical bond with the ambient moisture in the air, which it allows it to bite into the membrane and create that adhesion between the two products. Obviously, what's really driving as well, with those solvent-based products, as that solvent comes off, it's a lot of odor as well. So there's always concerns, you know, with sensitive buildings that might have odor restrictions, stuff like that. So by eliminating the solvent from the product, you obviously eliminates your odor as well, which is another nice benefit as well.
We've been seeing this call within the industry for years of more environmental, low VOC. What are you seeing in the industry for this?
To Jacob's point, more and more areas are adopting regulations. The other thing is with the odor, sensitive buildings are probably more sensitive than ever nowadays. So no odors is really a benefit for the building and allows construction even in not by buildings.
When you think about all the tenant buildings and all the sensitive hospitals, all of those, this is perfect.
Yeah, and some of the buildings that this is actually targeted for are those sensitive type buildings. So as you said, hospitals, schools, that type of buildings. So it makes sense that you eliminate the odor.
I want to also be sure that we talk a little bit about the SBS membranes, because this is specifically for SBS membranes and as that vapor retardant or vapor barrier, forgive me. Jacob, talk a little bit, why does this work so well with SBS?
Yeah, I think, it's an asphaltic-based product. So it's an asphaltic urethane technology. So there's inherently some compatibilities there between, the asphalt membrane and the asphalt in the adhesive as well. In the applications that we're describing, right, it's a nice way to utilize the low moisture permeance that SBS membranes naturally have, right? So you think about a lot of the vapor retarders and vapor barriers on the market right now are SBS self-adhesive type membranes. And so, yeah, that's mainly because asphalt is such a great waterproofer. So it's taking advantage of that proven history of SBS waterproofing.
As you're talking about the disruption to the roof, it's not always just the noise, but it is also the smell. And so as you are selling to these building owners and trying to give them the best solutions to keep their tenants happy, the VOCs. So let's just touch on that one more time, Jacob, on how they can explain this to building owners, the benefits of the low to no VOCs.
Yeah, so like I said, the typical cold adhesive right now has those solvents that evaporate out into the atmosphere over time, and those can take upwards of a month or longer to fully cure. And so there's always risk that even if the construction schedule on the roof is done, right, the building occupants could still be feeling the effects of it or smelling the effects of it, I should say, weeks later. And so with the moisture curing aspect of this, it cures the ambient moisture in the air. It's solvent free. You get quick setup. It just really wraps up, like Todd said, it wraps up projects or allows projects to be wrapped up a lot quicker, a lot more in a set schedule, and just lowers overall impact to building occupants that might be below the roof.
That's excellent. So talk to us, Jacob, when is this going to be available on the market and how can contractors start using it?
Yeah, so it was officially launched a couple weeks back here, early February for us. And so it's officially available for order currently right now through JM. And like I said, we have a number of approvals out there, both with UL, FM, as well as Florida Building Code, and we're going to continue to build those out over the course of 2022. I think as we've launched this product, we've realized, there's just a whole plethora of different ways you could use it, and so we're really trying to open that up and allow contractors to get the full benefit of this product with additional code approvals throughout 2022.
I know this is a big year for BRCE, your training initiative that has been going on, I think, 50 years now. This is the type of information and training that is available for these kind of products that are coming out through BRCE. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things with BRCE is to make sure that we include these as part of the whole building envelope and in different ways to attack different situations. So this will be included in our BRCE, and we've updated some of those BRCE modules with it being our 50 year. And we're doing a little more related to some of the buildings that you would use this type of product on. So I think they'll definitely see it in the BRCE module this year.
Perfect. So for all of you out there, BRCE is the training initiative that has been going on for 50 years with Johns Manville. It is some of the best training on the market. So whether it's for this new product or any training, sign up, go to jm.com, as Jacob said, and you can find out more information. Of course, you can always find information on their directory on Roofers Coffee Shop also. I do want to recap the learning objectives for today. How ribbon applications benefit roofing installations, labor, and production. Thank you, gentlemen. I thought you explained that excellent. How moisture affects adhesives and continues to cause problems in the roofing industry. Thank you, Todd. We know it's such a problem. And finally, an environmentally friendly cold adhesive. How do you keep bringing this products that perform, but are also good for the environment? Thank you, Jacob. All of those, I think, are something that our contractors out there, everybody watching this, are going to be able to use, whether it's in operations, in sales, or just overall knowledge for your customers. Gentlemen, anything else that we may have forgotten that you would like to share with our Lunch and Learn audience?
No, I would just say the other thing is from a contractor basis, our field organization will be able to do trainings with this product as well. So reach out to their local tech services group and we can actually perform these trainings as well. And Jacob and I will be shooting a video next week, so we'll get that up on our website as well to show the actual application of the product.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And thank you all out there for joining or watching this Lunch and Learn today. I hope you're using your learning objectives, your discussion sheet, and really talking through how this can benefit your business and also each of you in your positions. So thank you, Todd. Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you, Heidi, and thanks
Heidi.
for First Coffee Shop bringing these products out to everybody. So thank you.
We love that. We love this stuff. And thank all of you for watching it. You can watch all of our Lunch and Learns under our Read, Listen, Watch initiative under Lunch and Learns. And you'll be able to every month have a great time with your team watching this and going over the discussion points on our discussion sheet. Also, take some pictures. We want to show your pictures on our site and in our weekend roofing so that other people can see how important the team building, the knowledge, and the education of these Lunch and Learns are for you and the industry. Thank you so much and have a great day.